Hey, everybody. Good things come to those who wait. Welcome to our late edition of the Jim Master Show Live. We are usually on at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, but the guest had a few audio issues that are being worked out, and we're going to have her back on the show or have her come on the show for the first time at a later date. So join us, the wonderful, incredible performer and comedian extraordinaire Judy Tenuta will be joining us, and she's all excited. There was just a little bit of an audio technical issue on her end there that they're working out and they're figuring out. However, we do have a very special and surprise guest who is stepping in for Judy at the last minute at the 11th hour. Somebody very, very special joining us. We welcome all of you. If this is your very first time joining us here on our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, I'm your host, Jim Masters. We've done over 300 episodes live of our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, where we bring light, love, and levity together on the air. It's an Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, bringing back the old school talk show style, warm conversational style from the old school award-winning talk shows, mixed in with a modern twist of today. We needed that today. Anyway, if sometimes you know what goes on behind the scenes, that's probably the stuff you really want to see, right? Is the behind the scenes craziness that goes on. So she will be back. Good things come to those who wait. Hope everybody is doing well and welcoming everybody here. Cheers. Yes. And everybody's here. Thanks very much for joining us, everybody. And nice to see you, Kathleen. And Merlin, he's here as well in Canada. Amy's here, and she likes Girl Scout cookies. They're her weakness. That's a good choice. What are your favorites? Happy to see you, Jim. Hope it was a good day. It was a terrific day today. A little craziness right around now, but you hope I have something stronger in that glass, right? Good evening, Mr. Levity. You too, Linda and Levities. Thanks for joining us. Linda in Florida and Juanita in South Africa, and everybody that's tuning into the show live. And I know you guys really hung in there. We had to keep pushing back the show start time to, as we were on the phone on the crisis hotline, sort of figuring it all out. Oh, you thought maybe the surprise guest would be Lin, right? No, we actually have a live special guest. Although Lin is live in our hearts and minds, right? Group hug to everybody. Why don't we bring the guest on right now? The guest is live and direct from a secret location in California. We can't reveal the location, but it is a secret location in California on the west coast of the United States. We're going to have some fun tonight. Very special guest. Have you met Blue Monday? You're probably saying, now, who the heck? Well, Blue Monday? No. I mean, I've heard of Blue Velvet and Blue Christmas and all these other things, but Blue Monday? Well, it's my pleasure to welcome for the very first time ever here on the Jim Masters Show Live, our very special guest, live from a secret location. We appreciate Blue Monday stepping in for Judy at the last minute. Again, if you're looking for Judy, she will be here. She apologizes profusely. She hopes that she can get back on soon. We will have a date for her. Just had to figure out a few audio things that were a little crazy. That sometimes happens. There's browsers and all kinds of different stuff that have to match and line up. But a dear friend of Judy's, Blue Monday, is stepping in. And why don't we welcome Blue to the show? Blue Monday, how are you, Blue Monday?
I wish I could do the accents and the characters that Judy does, but I am definitely Blue Monday. And look, my colors with your scheme look great.
Yes, and we changed our scheme.
I love it. I love
Just
it.
for you.
Oh, that's so perfect. I just love it. It's
Oh.
wonderful. It's
Oh,
like love it, lovity. Well, the reason that you were like a little late and maybe an hour off is because of daylight savings.
Daylight savings too.
Yeah, so
Right.
the show was pushed up an hour.
Right.
See, in keeping with daylight savings. So
Look,
actually, it's all okay.
it's all okay. Maureen says, well, hello, Blue Monday. Welcome and thank you for being here. And
Oh,
Linda
you're
says, good evening. What'd she say? There's so many coming in. They pop so fast here. Good evening, Blue. You're now a lovity.
yes, yes. Do they like the blue?
They like the blue. They like the blue.
Oh,
Welcome, Blue
good.
Monday. We all know you well, Blue Monday. They love Blue Monday. Now, you're in a secret location that we can't announce in somewhere in the Golden State, right?
Right. And the reason being is that today it was 46 degrees in
Wow.
sunny California.
Oh
And
my God.
hence Blue Monday. Because when it's that cold, nobody can do anything. I
No.
was supposed to go get my hair done today, and my hairdresser calls and goes, "It's just too cold. I can't get out of the house."
Look what they're
If it's
saying.
below 72 degrees here, forget it. And it was raining last night, so that really
Oh,
did it for everybody.
oh
So
boy.
you
Well,
might as well
more.
just take the day off.
That's
But
right.
I have a question for everybody.
Look at all the love coming your way. Love the blue from Ann in Jacksonville, Florida. Crystal Nolan,
Oh,
Connecticut.
good.
Hi, Blue Monday. Welcome to Lovely Hall. Merlin in Canada says cheers and also love the blue. Blue. Kathleen
Oh,
in New
good.
York City. Welcome. Love that color. Love the blue. Welcome. Blue. Right. Yes.
Well,
Sorry,
see,
Willie.
also,
Willie, it's blue. This is Blue Monday, Willie.
yes, and
The guest is Blue Monday.
also because it's like Pisces time in the zodiac, and that color is
All right.
aquamarine. So this kind of goes with the aquamarine. Maybe it's more of a blue topaz, but
Yeah.
it's close.
So Christine in North Carolina is saying, hello, Blue Monday. You are now a lovity. Welcome and cheers. I can hear, just can't see the words. They're blurry. She said, what's in your glass, Christine? The words are blurry, but she can hear us. Linda loves the blue. So,
Oh, good.
so where are you originally from, Blue? Are you from Earth, or did you come from another locale beyond this
I think
wonderful Earth?
actually I came from Venus because isn't
Yes.
that like love
The
as
planet of
opposed to
love.
Mars? Although I do love Mars candy bars. Milky Way, Snickers. Um, but I'm from the planet. There we go. I can talk. I'm from the planet Venus.
I forgot to tell you, this is your audition.
Oh, my audition. Okay, I guess I'm not doing too well. Take two. Time out. Take two. Okay, I'll reslate.
I just want
Oh,
to show you some of the things that I was trying to type to Judy as we were trying to communicate. I said, I can hear you. Must be a setting. Need headphones? You should be able to hear me. It's on your end. Is anybody with you? Can you call someone? Go into Cam and Mike.
well,
We
she
have to do the
called a
typing.
friend and it did no good because it was
No.
like the blind or the deaf leading the deaf. I don't know, blind leading the blind, something. But anyway, and
Oh,
then I
you're
was trying to
smurfing.
explain to
Willie
her.
says you're smurfing.
Oh, yes,
Smurfland.
yes. And cotton candy too. Have you seen the blue cotton candy? It's kind of, similar
Yes.
to this.
Right, right. If
And
it
we're
was,
going into Easter and Saturday will be spring. So
yes. So
so all the bright colors.
how did you adjust to the clocks being changed? Because I guess they don't do that everywhere. I know Juanita in South Africa says the clocks don't go, they don't get adjusted in South Africa.
They're
So
smart.
yeah.
Going forward, because most of the clocks are digital, it's not too bad. You just kind of push it and but to go back is horrible.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got to go through all the times, and it's like, oh, here we go. And then you always miss the times. have to go through
Yeah.
it again. And it just does. I just wish they'd pick a time and stick with it. You know what I have found though? I found that when you vote for things on a ballot, I don't know what the deal is, but it doesn't seem to matter. I recall in California, we voted to keep the clocks at daylight savings, but somehow they still changed the
They
clocks,
still did it
you
anyway.
know? I mean, I don't get it, but there are certain things that you don't vote for, and they go, "Oh, yeah, it was passed." And it was like,
Yeah.
"Huh? That didn't happen," you know? So I don't know. I think they have their own system. I'm beginning to think that.
You know, when I talk, there's a little bit of an echo coming out, but I actually kind of like it because it almost sounds like there's a studio audience. A
Oh,
studio
good.
audience. So
Is my mic too loud, maybe?
no,
My
you're
sound?
fine. You're fine.
Oh,
It probably needs headphones or something, but I think it's kind of cool. It sounds like you have a whole crowd of like a studio audience, or I do,
oh,
or
I
somebody does.
do. Don't
Yeah,
you see all the stuff? There's a
now,
penguin up there.
now,
Do you
isn't
see
there
the
a?
penguin?
I
Wait,
see the
other way.
penguin.
There's
Yeah.
a penguin. Do you see the penguin? Do you see him up there?
Let's take a look. Oh
Do you
yeah,
see the penguin?
in the upper right there. Yes, hanging on the upper right by the top by the valance. Yeah.
Yes, there he is, right there.
And does he speak? Does he
He sits.
swim?
He sits and watches.
Yeah,
He sits
well,
and watches.
yeah, he sits and watches. Now, isn't there a Blue Junior running around there somewhere too?
Do you
Is
see
it
something else, Blue?
um, something that is the name of a cookie that has cream in the center and
I have
chocolate on
yet
the outside?
he I
Blue
told him we
Junior,
were
right?
going to be on TV and he took off. Oreo, where are you?
You mean Blue Junior?
Yes,
Stick to the
I
script,
don't know
Blue
where he is.
Junior.
I don't know where he is. That's so unusual. He usually loves to be on camera.
I
He's
don't know.
not even peeking his head out.
I think it's
Let's see if
funny.
we can find him.
You did this last
Talk
time.
amongst yourself.
Talk.
And
All right. You know what they want to
he's
see. They
not
want to see.
coming.
They want to
He's
see.
not coming.
He's not coming. Well, they got to
Oh,
see
wait,
you.
here he is. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Come on,
He's
Blue
staring.
Junior. Blue
Come on,
Junior.
babe.
Come on, Blue Junior.
Come on.
Come on,
Let's
Blue
go.
Junior. Chair
Come on.
alert.
Come
There
on.
you go. Quick
Come
look.
on. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he
You
comes.
got to see the chair. Again, we scored another chair. Anybody keeping score? Another chair.
Okay, here we are. Here we are. Here he is. Say hi.
Hello, Blue Junior. Oh, Blue
Say
Junior
hi.
doesn't have blue hair today, huh?
No, there's only one blue.
Yeah.
But he's got a blue jacket on.
Oh,
He's got a blue jacket on.
Arizona stays the same all year too. They don't change. How does that work when you have the states around where it's the different? I guess it works, right? It's crazy. So is that okay? So your Blue Monday, is that blueberry with you? Amy says blueberry.
Blueberry, yeah. Do you want
Yeah.
to be blueberry today? Yeah. he'll be
Renee in
blueberry.
Iowa, who's probably buried in snow, says hi, Blue, and
Hi.
chair
Say
time.
hi.
Juanita says chair time. Saw the empty chair and a dog thrown in for good measure. So how is Blue Junior doing?
Blue Junior's doing great, aren't you? Oh, that's a good shot of you. Look. Look, babe, there. He's all ready. Do you like this? You like being on TV, don't you?
Yes. What does Blue
You
Junior
like
have
being
to
on
say?
TV, don't you? Watch this. Who's your favorite person in the whole world? Who? That's right.
Good answer.
He's so good. So where's Lin?
Lin is over on the other side. We weren't prepped for Lin because we were having Judy on, but we do have George Burns here.
Oh, good. Hey, George, how's it going?
George is here. Kathleen says that Blue Junior is bored. Is he bored?
Oh, no, he's not bored. He's just had enough. He's a temperamental artist.
Is your hair moving or are you swiveling in a chair?
I think both. I think both. But we're all good now. We're all good now. So
Austin
tell me,
Field
how's
says,
the weather back there?
that is a beautiful dog, Austin Field says. Beautiful
Oh,
dog.
thank you.
Crystal
He's
Nolan
so
says,
adorable.
beautiful
He takes
dog.
after his mother.
The weather today was weird. The last 2 days, it's been very cold and very windy, really cold and
I
windy.
hate
I think it's
wind.
like,
Wind is the worst.
oh, could you imagine what would happen to your hair if there
I
was
know it
wind?
would blow
Yeah,
off.
don't turn that fan on behind you there,
No, 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 no.
unless you
That's
want
a
to do that Marilyn Monroe windswept sort of look.
I've always tried to have that wind-blown hair look, and I can never get it right. I don't know what it is,
So what
but
shade of blue is that? That must have cost a fortune at the salon.
oh, it cost big bucks. I
I could
had
do that, but I
big
I could
bucks.
do it with the headphones
There
because
you
because I still have the long hair, remember? I
I
still have
know.
it's
Look
still
at that. You've got nice, thick, beautiful hair.
yeah, it's usually shorter like his. It looks short now, but it's all hanging on back there.
You are a rock artist, right?
Well, in this industry, you really have to have you have to be solid as a rock, that's for sure, right?
Did you watch the Grammys last night?
I did peek in. What did you think?
The only I didn't watch it.
I peeked in here and
I
there.
did on YouTube. I watched a little bit of Bruno Mars, and someone said that Bruno Mars alone, I saw him with
Yeah,
another artist, and they said Bruno Mars and Lionel Richie were the two best.
that's what I
So
that's what I've heard too. Yeah.
I'm gonna check them out on YouTube. But they said that it was an all-time low for ratings, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Oscars are gonna rate much better, truthfully, even though they're gonna try and do some of it live at, which is very funny. They're doing some of it live at the Kodak Theater, and then they're doing some of it live at Union Station, which I can't figure out. I guess the people are going to get on a train and leave or whatever. I don't know what they're going to do there, or maybe they're just going to ride the subway back and forth. I mean, there is a subway in California. The problem is
That's not
most
is
people,
that the BART system? I know they have that in
no,
San Francisco.
Bart's up north.
Yeah, I took that once.
Oh no. And
God,
you live to
that
tell about it.
unbelievable. I took it. I was seeing a friend who's over on the other side of San Francisco, over towards Lafayette. That thing is, I thought I was on a roller coaster ride. It goes fast, and then the way they break it, all of a sudden you're braking, and then they
And
take
everyone
off
gets
and break.
whiplash.
Wow, and it's screeching. It's got like this screeching sound, and yeah, like wow, it felt like it was like an amusement park ride. It was
Oh,
really
well, I
something.
think that's what they have to tell people in California. Well, maybe not so much northern, but in Southern California, they need to tell people like it's an amusement park ride, because people know that there is a subway. They just don't know where it goes, when it goes, or how to get it. And one time I was with this friend of mine who was a casting director of all things. She'll probably never cast me in anything now, but I said, actually, she's the one that suggested it. She says, why don't we just park and then we'll take the subway over to, I think it was Hollywood Live, which is by Staples Center. Okay. So we were going there, and it was funny because we were going to see Mel Brooks at an event that he was doing there. So she said, come on, we'll take the subway. It's only, and it'll be much easier and cheaper. We won't have to hassle parking or anything like that. So we get there and we absolutely were like this. We didn't know which way to go, which way the cars were going. We didn't know how to get on it or anything. It was just almost traumatizing. And so she goes, I went through Europe and I was fine. LA, we can't figure anything out. And I said, I'm just going along for the ride. And there was this guy, we were both almost in tears. And this guy goes, here, let me help you. He goes, where are you trying to go? And and so we told him to Hollywood Live and or LA Live. I think it's called LA Live.
Yeah.
And so he said, okay, here, just follow me. And he literally took both of us and walked us into the subway car and said, you
Oh.
want to get off here? It is, and there's one stop downtown where it goes up and down and across. And I mean, people in LA don't know how to do that. It's forget it. And that's the other thing. I don't know of anybody in Los Angeles who voted for the subway. Everyone I know wanted the monorail.
Yeah.
Because we need to be above ground to see where we're going because we have no sense of direction.
But Blue Monday, since you come from Venus, how do you get around? You don't even need the subway. You have a special, we have a magic carpet or something. How do you get around town?
I do. I use the magic carpet because I found that most people can't drive. And so I tried driving a car, but it just didn't work. So I said, magic carpet, we're going. And so when people see something flying through the air and they don't know what it is, it's I.
It's Blue Monday.
It is I. What can I say?
Me, myself, and I.
Absolutely. And sometimes now that, most of the restrictions have been lifted, there's going to be so much traffic again. I think just not that anyone's going to be working, but they just want to be out.
Yeah,
Because all the
exactly.
restrictions are lifted. And so they're just going to be out. So I am keeping the magic carpet.
Yeah.
Definitely keeping the magic carpet and praying that no one else gets one.
Because you want to have the latest model, right? And
Well, I don't want the traffic, it's
no.
like the traffic is too bad.
Yeah.
And so there. Oh, now I just did it again. There.
You have a way to be able to do this with your hair,
I know. It's like
regardless
that.
of the color.
I know. It's that look. That look in your eye. There we go. Here we go.
It's very
You know,
becoming, Blue Monday.
this
It's very
I
becoming.
know. This it's
I
becoming
know.
off.
She says, I
It'll be
know.
coming off.
You look marvelous. I know.
You look marvelous, darling. Marvelous. I told you I was supposed to get my hair done, which would have been perfect. But my hairdresser said it's too cold. I'm not going out. Only in Los Angeles, I tell you.
Only in Los Angeles.
Only in Los Angeles.
Though you are in a secret location.
Well, Los Angeles County, because the county is very large.
It's large, right?
It's very large. So
now,
nobody will.
I was gonna say, you mentioned that you fly around on your magic carpet, but Jennifer Barry has a joke. I don't know if you have a joke to share as well. What did the rug say to the floor? Don't move, I've got you covered. That was very
well, that's good.
Phyllis Diller. I like that.
We all need to be covered.
Yeah.
So we all need to be covered.
You have a joke that you'd like to share?
Well, no, I don't have a joke, but I did hear last night that the women weren't too covered in the Grammys. Is that true? I didn't watch.
I think there was a couple of scenes where it was a little, they're saying not exactly what you would have expected on the Tiffany network, CBS.
Well, also Family Hour.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think nowadays it's almost like everything goes.
Right.
But you have to be politically correct about it.
There's a whole thing with that, right? Exactly. Right. Exactly.
So I'm taking water that's also from a Blue Label.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, it's Blue Label water.
Is it really just water?
That's it. I don't do well with drugs, alcohol, or any of that stuff. So I just stick to the healthy stuff. No, I do, unfortunately, too well with sugar. That's my downfall.
So were you born with the blue hair, or did that come from consuming all the sugar?
Well, actually, I got a choice. most people don't get a choice when they're born what color hair they're going to have. And they asked me, what color hair would you like? And I said, and they got confused with blue. They thought that was the closest thing to blue. And it matches where it says Jim Masters Show Live, special guest Blue Monday. So I said, you know what? Let's go with that. We'll just go with Blue Monday and the blue. I love that blue that you have. It says you're in the show. And now I lost you. Are you there? Did you leave?
We are there. We are there.
Oh, good. I love those little, what are they called? Those, they look like balloons.
Oh, yeah.
What are they called?
They are. They are like lanterns.
That's the word. That's the word I was thinking of. They are so pretty. I love the pink and I love the purple.
Isn't it nice? Yeah, it's really, yeah, that's a nice background that we have there. So, what did you eat today? This is a foodie crowd. They like to talk food too.
Oh,
What
if
did
they
you
want
eat?
to talk food, well, let's see. What didn't I eat today? Let's see. I had chocolate covered graham crackers, which are great. Okay.
Oh, wow.
But
Was that
I
for breakfast?
it was kind of for brunch. And I put peanut butter on it.
Ah,
I love
oh,
peanut butter.
so do I. I take a spoon and I scoop it right out of the jar sometimes.
That's it, exactly. And then I also had some salad today, and I had a protein burger.
Oh, to balance the graham cracker.
Well, I wanted to make sure the protein that I had enough protein for the sugar to balance the sugar. They
Yes,
say if you have more protein than sugar, then you're doing okay.
yes.
Because if you really look at those protein bars, they have so much sugar in them. And so you're supposed to take more protein than sugar. So that's why I had the protein patty.
The protein patty.
Right.
Is that don't you also do a performance on stage as protein patty?
I'm starting it. I'm starting it. Now that the places are opening up, I am doing protein patty. I just wish I could do different voices because my voice is exactly the same in all of them.
So protein patty, and I hear
Protein
that
patty.
you're number one.
Protein patty is number one. Yes.
PP
Protein
for
patty,
short.
Blue Monday, all of
PP.
them.
You're number one. PP for short.
Well, I know, but I wasn't sure PP was politically correct. Well, I just
if
don't
you're on
know.
TV with blue hair, it's okay.
Well, the one thing that I was a little confused about with Hasbro, because it's Hasbro and Mr. Potato Head. And so I said, well, now to become politically correct, are they changing their name to Hasbro Sis? And is it just going to be Potato Head? I mean,
Right.
he looks like a mister.
Remember who did the voice? I think of Potato Head several times was Don Rickles. Because it also looked
Really?
like Don Rickles a little, didn't it? The Potato Head.
It looked, yes, absolutely. I could see that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So you were
what?
mentioning.
So now who's going to be? Is it going to be like instead of Mister? How about Miss You Potato Head? Miss You Potato Head.
Yeah.
I think it's all becoming a little too politically incorrect because I think that we should. The other problem that I have with those, though, on the romance languages, words are masculine and feminine in the romance languages. So what are they going to do now? I mean, just it? Is it just going to be it? It, we, they, there, them, us?
Yeah. What do you think? Oh, wise one with the blue hair, Blue Monday. What is your prediction? I know you're very good at predictions as well in your secret location in California. In case you're just joining us, our special guest is Blue
Blue
Monday
Monday.
at a secret location in California. Blue
Yes.
Monday. We have a special hotline number. We were able to reach Blue Monday. Blue Monday was involved in another project, but we were able to pull her off that project to step in for the wonderful Judy Tenuta, who will be with us soon. Soon as things are figured out, and then she'll be with us.
It
But
could happen.
it happens. But
It could
Blue,
happen. That's her famous line. It could happen.
and if it can, it usually will. And so Blue Monday stepped in, and she had her hair all done for us, and so
Absolutely. And then you know what? And if somebody else messes up, I have a pink wig too.
oh, I see.
I have a pink one. So
Yeah.
that one, see, when you're on the planet Venus,
Yeah.
it's the planet of love. And so you just want to make everybody happy.
Can you name all the planets starting with Mercury
No.
and going out to Pluto?
No, Pluto, poor Pluto. Sometimes it's a planet and sometimes it isn't.
Right, right.
You know, so I feel sorry for Pluto, but Pluto does have a good gig with Disney.
Yes.
You know, so it's okay. Sometimes it gets to be in the planets and sometimes it's at Disney. So, you know, it's very versatile. Now, Mars is very interesting. Is Rover still up there?
That's a good question. I thought that it was there for a number of months. You're talking about the one that we just sent up
Right.
there. Yeah,
And
bringing
they
back.
say that they can hear wind. I think that's why we're all getting hit with wind.
Yeah,
Because I think Mars is very upset. The Martians are not happy with, you know,
no,
them saying, oh, all that's here is wind. Because
yeah,
you know that there are Martians there.
of course, yes.
And they claim that they live underground, probably with the LA subway. They're probably with the LA subway.
they're
But
underground.
you know, so there's that. And Saturn, they named a car after Saturn.
Yeah,
You know, the car didn't do too well, but I don't know. You know, maybe we shouldn't name all of the planets because Mars does have a very good candy bar, though. And they
yeah.
used to have, I don't know if you recall or not, but they used to have an actual Mars candy bar.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And that was delicious. But now they have Snickers with almonds, which is almost like the Mars one. Have you
Wow.
ever had the Snickers with almonds? That's becoming one of my favorite candy bars.
Yes, it's delicious. I do have a question for you, Blue Monday.
Yes.
Do you ever have sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't?
No, I always feel like a nut. I'll tell you a secret about that. Do you know that back in the day when another lifetime ago, I used to ice skate. And when I ice skated back in those days, they had what they called figure eights. And you would do figures and you would work on those for a while. And then you would change your skates. You had two pairs of skates. And then you do your freestyle. Well, everybody, this was conditioning, and everybody would either have a Hershey almond or a Nestle's Crunch. And I was a Hershey almond girl. So I'm always having nuts. The nuts are always there. Sometimes you feel like one. And I even love M&Ms with nuts.
Do you want me to follow up on that or
Sure. Do you ever have I mean, don't you like having a Hershey almond as opposed to just a plain Hershey bar? You have to have something in the chocolate, right?
whatever you say, Blue Monday? Oh, master. I might be Jim Masters, but you're the master. Oh, yes, Blue Monday.
When it comes to food, especially sugar food, I am the master. I am the master. But I think they've changed the formula for candy and everything. It doesn't taste the same.
What is your favorite candy?
Anything, almost anything. I don't like coffee flavored candies though. But other than that, I like them. I love peanut brittle. I love English toffee. I love chocolate. Oh, this is my favorite time of year because do you have See's candy back there?
Oh, they're delicious. I know they're originally from the West Coast, right?
Right. So I don't know if they're back there or not. But
But they're
anyway,
delicious. Yeah.
See's Candy, years and years ago, I discovered that they have this Easter egg that's chocolate with chocolate and walnuts, and that is delicious. So that one's really good. There aren't too many candies I don't like. Uh, so I can tell you, and then pies, mm, chocolate, fresh strawberry, fresh peach, Dutch or French apple. Um, I like lemon, but I don't like the meringue. I only like the lemon,
Do you
and I
like
love the lemon that's really tart.
key lime pie?
Love key lime pie. And do you have in the frozen ones? There's a company called Edwards. Do you have them back there?
Oh,
Edwards
yes.
pie. They've got a great key lime pie and they've got a great cheesecake. So you'll have to try them both, but their key lime pie is the best. Everyone, I used to always take it to parties. It was a hit. So if you have a party, I'll bring you a key lime pie.
I love that. I love that. Now,
But you'll have to take my magic carpet to come over to this side of the coast. I don't think I'm flying anytime soon.
Gary asks in Iowa, what about rhubarb? Do you do anything with rhubarb?
You know what? They have put rhubarb now in cranberry juice. They've mixed it with cranberry juice, and that's the closest I've come to rhubarb. But it's good. I've tried it.
Mm, that's incredible. That's incredible. So, what's a typical day like for you, Blue Monday? What are some of the things that you do to keep busy during the day? Obviously, you're taking care of Blue Junior, um, but
Right.
what is a typical day for you when you wake up? How do you start your day?
I start going, well, I guess I better get my butt out of bed. God gave me a day and I better do something with it, right? But the one thing that I've learned is it's very difficult to call anybody because nobody answers a phone. So what's really bad is like today I was trying to call SoCal Edison and they wouldn't answer the phone. I was on hold for a half an hour. Then I wanted to call Best Buy and I was on hold for 20 minutes. And then I said, I'm done. You can't get anything accomplished if you stay on hold all day long. So I think they can't use the pandemic anymore because most everything's been lifted. So they need to start hiring people to answer phones.
Yeah, I know. So many places you call, there's nobody still there. I don't know. And if they're farming the calls out to somebody's home, isn't the person home answering the phone?
No, they're busy watching a game show or something in the morning or a soap opera, so they forget it. We're sick, we're in a pandemic. It's
Yeah.
not gonna work. But, that was the thing, even if they are farming out the calls, I mean, they have call centers all over the world, and, I don't know why they can't just hire more people to answer a phone. Even if they can't answer your question, they can answer the phone, because by the time they get to the phone and here's my new pet peeve, though. I don't know about you, but out here, I am inundated with spam calls, you know,
Oh, really?
like 25 a day to change my
Wow.
car insurance, to get a warranty for my car, to do whatever, to change
Oh,
my
I
insurance.
I thought the
And
spam calls they were calling because they wanted you to make a sandwich with the spam.
yeah, that's an East Coast thing. I don't even know if they have spam out here. And so anyway, I want to know why the FCC doesn't do something about it.
I know. I know.
I
I
mean, because that's like harassment. I was trying to get a friend of mine for 2 days, and she kept calling me and saying, "Well, are you okay?" And I go, "I've tried you 25 times. I have the list of all the spam calls, you know?" And I said, every time I started to dial, and then it would call in and would knock off the call. So that's going to be my new pet project, I think, going to the FCC and saying, "Do something about these spam calls."
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
know,
everyone's so worried about recalling, like governors or
yeah,
anybody.
yeah.
Y They need to go to the FCC and say, "Stop the spam calls,"
Mhm. Do
you know?
you don't have any, secret powers, Blue Monday, that could make that happen, at all?
Well, you know what I do? I just if I see it's spam, I usually don't answer or I play with them. And, it's never the name that shows up on the phone, and so I pretend like Judy's boyfriend now. I go,
Yeah.
"Why haven't you called me? I have been waiting by the phone."
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
Like, that threw off my, spiel.
They hang
Uh,
up. So sometimes I just play with them and I go, "What do you want?" You know, "I told you we're through." And one person said, "Are you okay?" And I go, "No, I'm disgusted. You keep calling me. I told you we broke up. Goodbye."
I
And
think
it's so much fun to play with them.
I think I answered once, and it was one of those repetitive ones. And I think I said, and when I answered, recognizing the number, because now your cell phone, everything can identify
Right.
potential spam. It'll say potential spam. But I think prior to that, before they had that, I think I had just answered the phone, and I said, "Psychiatric hospital, are you admitting or checking on a patient?"
Well, the best would be
And they were like,
suicide
"What?"
hotline.
Yeah.
Suicide hotline. What is your problem?
Is your issue. Exactly. Yeah. Juanita, even in South Africa, she gets the spam calls. Yes, also getting spam calls, lots of them. They're adamant. I usually don't answer, but if they insist, I play them some top volume music straight from the speaker. And in Jacksonville area, Florida, I blow a whistle on the phone or answer with a fictitious name of a funeral home. And Gary, he gets calls. Did you know that people over 65 fall? So you need Lifeline, and he's not 65 yet. And then there's
Well,
another, Maureen in Arizona says, I don't know how many times I've qualified to have my student loans paid off. What? I've never had an outstanding student loan.
we'll let them pay it off anyway and then go to college.
That's right. You can send me the
Oh, I
money and I'll
thought it
make
was
sure it goes
free.
to the right place. Car warranty calls are annoying, according to Renee in Iowa. They're now revealing all the different calls that they have to deal with. And I know, well, now there's some sort of weird one where I think they try to do it as if they're returning your call. I was
Right.
at somebody's house once when I was on a TV shoot in Wisconsin. It was actually a doctor's home. We had finished the shoot, and then we had a barbecue at her house. And they did it was left on voicemail, so they didn't answer it, but you can hear the voicemail because they had the speaker on, and we were all listening. And it was the person trying to spam them as if they had made the call to the spammer. And that could
Right.
throw some people off too, to think, oh, is there somebody that I was trying to reach and I forgot who it is? Let me call that number. And as soon as you call that number, it triggers some sort of a funneling where you end up paying for.
Right. For them to be able to call elsewhere.
Or if you answer the phone and if they say, hi, this is Blue Monday, and you say yes, they can record your voice saying yes, edit it into questions that they have as if you answered yes to all of these agreements on these things that they're selling. Yes, I agree to buy that condo in Florida for, $100,000. Yes, I agree to have, 7 years worth of music sent to my house or whatever, just by recording your answering
Well,
yes.
that's why I don't like recorded. This is like a big political problem, I think, is that when you call and you want to pay a bill and they say, okay, through our automated system, and you have to say yes or no. The other thing I don't like is that you have to give them the last four digits of your social security number, which I don't think is right because you're on a recorded line. So if every recorded line just needs the last four digits of your social security number, it's already recorded. And that's why people are getting identity theft.
Yeah.
That's why there are so many problems. And this is my pet peeve with the government is that they need to be taking care of the things for all of the people like this, because there is a lot of credit card fraud, there's a lot of identity theft, there's a lot of everything that is going, you know, unnoticed because of something else that's happening that we really don't care about. But these seem like the spam calls are all over the world. So, I mean, these are things that really affect people all over the world. And I think these are the things that government needs to look at and say, hey, let's help and try and correct the things that we can correct for everybody. It's apolitical, it's annoying to everybody. And I think if people did that more, I think, things would calm down a little bit. I think that we need to really take stuff that we're all on the same plane. They're not going to ride my carpet, but we can be on the same plane. And so I say, join my plane.
I like that.
Join my plane. But I think there are so many things where there are more likes than dislikes, where people are more alike and they find the same thing. And I think the problem really in government is that they don't try to get the biggest, largest common denominator for things that are simple, that they could, a quick fix, as I call them. You could just do a quick fix and help everybody. And
Right.
then when you want to get into the more detailed things, then you're going to have more problems, but at least you have people listening instead of just turning everybody off at once. It's like, okay, I will listen because maybe there's something to be learned here. And like just listening and discussing different things of how you can get rid of spam callers or whatever, something to
Yeah.
say. And they'll say, hello, so and so, and it's like they'll say, hello, blue, and I go, pink. Pink, is that you? Loved your last song. Loved your video. And but I think that, or I'll say, who wants to know?
You know what Maureen says in Arizona? She's sick when it's a spam call. She goes, "Hello, you're on the air," and then they hang up.
Hi, or just answer the phone. IRS, how may we help you? How may I direct your call?
Right. Exactly. Would you like to make that payment now?
Do you know that one time, it was really funny because the IRS actually had made a mistake, and the person entering something put in $10,000 instead of $100. And I had to call the IRS, and I mean, it was such a hassle. And you always have to prove your innocence, and it was on their end. And I said, listen, I want the penalty money, the annoyance money, and everything else that you have been harassing me. I didn't get it. And I said, well, maybe at least a Christmas card. And you know what they told me?
Yeah.
The IRS is not in the business of sending Christmas cards. I go, well, maybe you should be, because then people might be nicer to you. I feel like I'm in the friends and family circle already. And so they said, oh, it was so annoying. And they finally had to admit that they were the ones who made the mistake.
Mm.
How
But
do you
what?
take $100 and make it like at
10,000.
1,000. And it was like,
Wow. So
you
what was
know,
it like they said that they had deposited that into your account or they thought you owed that?
they thought that I was reporting something for a $10,000 thing that was only $100. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had proof, and then I had to go pay the person who gave me the 1099 to redo it, to get it recertified and everything like that. So it cost me money, and it was their mistake, and they never even paid me back for the money it cost me to prove that they were wrong.
Oh boy.
And
That,
I asked him, I said, "Well, prove to me where the $10,000 is."
what's
Like
this?
9,990, $900 short.
Oh my God. It's unbelievable, huh?
Oh, I know. So
Mm.
they need to get better with things like that. So what did you think of the Oscar nominations today?
Very interesting. Very interesting. Have you seen any of those movies at all?
I did. I did not see No Man Land, but I heard it was good. The problem I have is some of these movies, I mean, living in the times that we're living right now, I want to see something happy.
Yes, right.
None of these movies are very happy.
No.
And I was kind of shocked that Ma Rainey's Black Bottom did not get Best Film nod. I don't think that got it, and neither did One Night in Miami, and I
Mm.
thought that might get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, I started to watch the Billie Holiday versus the USA, but it got so depressing, you know?
Mm.
I mean, some of them are so depressing. It's like, I wanna be uplifted, not depressed, you
What
know?
what are your some of your favorite movies of all time, Blue Monday?
Well, my favorite movie of all time is Blazing Saddles because it's so politically incorrect. I love it. It's my favorite movie. I know almost every line from it. Well, I used to know it more before the pandemic because I would call Mel and just like recite all the lines. It didn't matter. The movie's been made how many years ago, but just in case they ever want to do a remake, I could play all the parts. So
Now
that would be fun. I would
now,
like
Blue Monday, you've had an opportunity to work with Mel Brooks too, right?
I did. I worked in 4 of his movies. I threatened him finally and said, "Listen, I'm gonna show up whether you hire me or not. I'll be there." And so my first movie was Spaceballs, and I was the first space captain. And then, the next one was Life Stinks, and that was funny because it was downtown. And at the time, I was also doing a lot of modeling for the garment industry. So I was well aware of all the homeless people and everything. And so for me, it was no big deal to see all the homeless people, but it was hard to tell which ones were the actors and which ones, were actually the homeless. And then I did Robin Hood Men in Tights, which was probably the most fun movie I think I've ever worked on because we were on a ranch with all the animals and everybody, and Mel was so kind. He let us all bring cameras to the set, and so we it was just like being at a camp. It was so much fun. And then I worked on Dracula Dead and Loving It, so that was really great. And I got to work with Leslie Nielsen, and the secret was if Leslie Nielsen liked you, then he would fart you because he always used to carry his little fart machine around. But he wouldn't do it if he felt you would be offended or anything.
So did he
So
fart?
by
Did he
the end,
fart?
he farted me. And so it was fun. He was great. And so Mel's my favorite person in the whole wide world.
Now,
And I'm
Leslie
so
didn't require you to fart back, did he?
no. But, I knew someone who did have a fart machine, and I thought about getting one, but then, when I saw the reaction she was getting, I guess it was different because after a while, people knew about Leslie Nielsen, and I think they also knew that he wouldn't fart them unless he really liked them or thought they would get it. Like, he didn't wanna truly embarrass or humiliate anybody.
Absolutely right.
So
Absolutely.
he was a class act, that's for sure.
Now, have you ever had a chance in these opportunities to work with like Leslie Nielsen and Mel Brooks and others? Um, there's this wonderful friend of mine, and she's funny and she's a great actress.
Elaine Ballas.
Yes. Have you
Did you
met
ever
her?
work with her?
Did you ever work with her? Did you ever get a chance to
As
meet
a
her? Even
matter of fact, I
yeah,
did.
you
I
did. What?
worked on an episode of her web series called The Misadventures of Campy Lane.
Really? So
Yes.
what? So you were as Blue Monday?
No, I worked as Hollywood.
Oh, it's Hollywood.
Yes,
Really?
as Hollywood. So that was great. So I got to work with her on that. So it's really fun.
What is
And
she? I mean, I've had an opportunity to converse with her, and she's a wonderful friend. What was it like for you to work with Elaine Ballas? Were you pinching yourself?
I was so excited. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that I got to work with her. And guess what? She has this adorable dog named Oreo,
Oh,
and he
wow.
was there too that day.
Really?
So I got to work with both of them.
So did Blue Junior get to meet Oreo also?
No, he didn't go because it was Hollywood.
Okay, yeah, that
It was
makes.
Hollywood, so Blue Junior didn't get to go.
Do you think you'll ever get a chance to work with Elaine again?
I certainly hope so. It would be so much fun. That show is so crazy. It's so much fun. And do you know that she went on? I told her that she needed to check out the competition and that she needed passion. But actually, Mel Brooks is the one that kind of told, I think he told her too,
Oh,
Hollywood,
yeah,
that the one thing you need, especially if you're going to do this, is passion.
yeah,
And if you don't have the passion, don't bother doing it.
that's right.
And so
Exactly.
I just gave her words of advice that I got from Mel Brooks.
Beautifully said. Beautifully. How would you describe Elaine Ballas? How would you describe her?
Well, she's different. It's so funny because I remember when I was in college, we took a course and they said, list the two most outstanding qualities of you. And so I turned to a friend of mine who was sitting next to me. He was in the class too. And I said, so what are my two great outstanding qualities? And he said, your smile and your laugh. So I guess I would have to start there with my smile and my laugh. But she's a very loyal friend
Yes.
and very truthful and honest. So if you want the truth and you want honesty, whether you want to hear it or not, she's going to give it to you.
Now,
So
does
be
she?
prepared. If you want to hear honesty and truth, of course, truth according to her. But she's loyal to a fault.
Oh,
So I'd
absolutely.
have to say those are the outstanding qualities.
Now, does she have a sweet tooth like you do, Blue Monday?
That's why we're best friends.
Oh, yeah, huh?
So we
Mm.
talk desserts.
Oh, you do?
Yes, we can talk desserts. I know every major dessert there is. My favorite is English trifle.
Oh, tell us about that.
Okay, well, here's the best part about English trifle. I I had it once. There was a restaurant on Sunset Boulevard, and it was called the Cock and Bull, and it was a British restaurant, or it was known to be. And as a matter of fact, I saw Rod Stewart there one time. That was kind of exciting. And someone said, "Oh, you have to try the trifle." And I had never had trifle. And I did, and I loved it. And then I went to um, another restaurant out in Malibu that's no longer there, the Sandcastle. I guess I close all the restaurants. I eat all their food, and that's it. They're out of business. And
You leave them blue.
I do, and I used to go out there all the time. I would drive all the way to Malibu just to get their trifle. It was that good, but they closed. And then for, my birthday, birthday, I went to a restaurant called the Cat and the Fiddle. Now, that's an English restaurant. So you would figure they would have trifle. Nope.
No, huh?
So I was disappointed, but we ate anyway, and it was delicious. I had fish and chips. I mean, if you go to a British restaurant, what else do you have? Fish and chips.
Exactly.
So that was good. So they said that if we had a party or they cater, they would cater the trifle, but they don't have it on the menu because enough people don't order it and it's too expensive to make. So
Yeah.
when you come to California, we'll have to have a party and order the trifle.
That sounds good. Now, are
We
you a
could
good
invite
cook?
everybody.
Do you cook?
Everybody could come to California. We could
Yeah.
go to a restaurant and we'll have it as a catered meal, and the trifle will be on the menu.
Mm,
As a matter of fact, we could just order trifle.
that's just
We
it,
could have
right?
a trifle party.
Throw rifle through the trifle. Absolutely. Now, do you cook and bake?
Well, I did learn how to cook.
I like that face you made.
Uh, um, I learned how to cook by default during the pandemic. And so now I really am kind of into it, but don't expect any fancy meals. Like I made a protein burger and I can make salmon now, and I can do like a turkey breast. And what else? Oh, and spaghetti and macaroni. I know how to get the macaroni so that the shells are just perfect or the noodles are just perfect.
Do you like them
So,
softer or do you like them al dente a little bit?
I like them a little bit on the hard, crunchy side.
Al dente, yeah.
So, I love it, and I love it with the, cheddar cheese. Some do it with just American cheese, but I like the cheddar cheese.
The cheddar cheese, yeah.
Yeah, you have to have the cheddar cheese, I think. It makes all the difference in the world.
Now, have you returned to Venus at all lately? Have you flown the magic carpet back to visit family and friends who are still there in Venus?
No, they were still quarantined, and I couldn't fly. They were quarantined there, and I couldn't fly, and then they said, "Oh, you have to be vaccinated before you can come back,"
Come
and
back to Earth and
yeah, and so I said, "Oh, I don't know. I'm not good with needles."
now, was it an adjustment when you moved? How, I mean, were you a young child when you came here from Venus?
Um, I've always been a child.
You're
I'm a
still a child.
perennial child. I am a perennial child, and, I think that's why my parents say, uh anyway, no, they they just gave up. It's like, "She's hopeless, just let her be. There's nothing we can do." And they kept trying to fix me up with people from Mars, but they were not having it.
Yeah, nobody
And
from
Saturn just
Jupiter
was
or Saturn,
floating in their rings, the Saturn rings.
and nobody
And
from
then,
Uranus or anything?
yeah, that one we'll skip that one. We'll skip that planet. And so anyway, yeah, they were but Mars, I would always, like, run over and, like, steal their candy, the Mars bars. And then I'd just leave before they knew what was happening.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then if
well,
it got too tense, I'd, like, come back to Earth.
that makes sense. I like that. Yes. Now, if you had the opportunity to live on Mars, which, some people have said, some celebrities and others had said that they would sign up to live on Mars. Would you sign up, Blue Monday, to live on Mars? Or would you rather wait to see how the others do first?
Well, I think I'll pass on that one, only because of all the wind. I hate wind, and
It would
there's a
mess
lot
that
of
blue
wind on
hair.
Mars.
It would mess your blue hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm having a hard time as it is
It's
here.
really amazing. It's very iridescent. It's got some sheen and shine to it. I mean, what is your treatment like each day to get your hair to be so shiny and full of sheen and body and bounce
And bounce.
and
We're
bounce?
bouncing. We're bouncing. Well, that's top secret,
That's
that's my hairdresser's secret.
yeah.
They were secretive. We're secretive here. But yeah, no,
And
she
your
takes
hairdresser is Bobby Blue, right? You go to Bobby Blue
yeah,
over
Bobby
on
Blue.
over on Sunset? Yeah, Bobby Blue. Very expensive?
Very expensive.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
the gas to get there.
Just the gas to get there.
How much is gas where you are? Gas in California is through the roof. It keeps going up every day. I mean, it used to kind of inch up a little like a penny or 2 cents. Now it just goes up 10 cents, 20 cents a day. It's ridiculous.
It's like, yeah, 70, 60, 70, 80, I think, since January. It's gone up, shot up. Um,
I think it's like over $1 here.
per gallon?
Yes.
$1. Oh my God, that's affordable. Oh, you mean it's got shot
No,
up $1? Oh,
a
so
dollar
you're paying
a
like what,
gallon.
$4 a gallon or something now?
Some places it's over $4. Some places it's at like 3.79, 3.89.
I think the last time I filled up, it was 258 maybe. Yeah, 258. Well, why don't you just use the magic carpet?
Well, I have to now. Who can
Now you
afford
have
gas?
they you can't afford it, right?
Who can afford gas? It's ridiculous. So
So,
what I want to know is we're all supposed to get a $1,400, well, not all, but many people are supposed to get a $1,400 check. And wasn't it supposed to start today?
yes.
Did anybody get it? Did anyone receive it in his or her? It's theirs.
No, I didn't. No, not yet. No.
Because they're saying that it's supposed to come, but every time they say it, I always get something like 3 months later. So
Mm,
let's see, at this rate, April, May, June. Oh, I'll get it in time for summer.
yeah.
We can have a summer extravaganza.
Summer extravaganza. That would
Yeah.
be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. What
So
are
when it opens up, are you coming to LA at all?
to that secret location in California? Yes, of course.
Oh,
Of course.
good.
But do you think, I mean, she's been a guest on our show, but do you think we might be able to invite Elaine Ballas as well? Do you think she'll come to
I
visit?
think she will. I think she will. I think
Yeah.
she'll show up for the trifle.
Oh, absolutely. Gary in Iowa says that the 1400 is supposed to start last week.
Oh, last week? I thought it was supposed to start today.
We're supposed to get things going, huh?
Has anyone received it?
Anybody watching, have you received for those of you in the United States, of course, because we have an international audience, has anybody received any of the stimulus money in the second payment yet? Anybody get a debit card, check, deposit, or anything? Not here yet. So happy the Lovedies are being vaccinated. Have you been vaccinated, Blue Monday?
No.
I
No.
like that.
That's a whole political thing that
Well, you have to get that screen through Venus. You got to go through
right.
Venus. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to talk to the powers that be to see which vaccination they want.
Yeah.
I've heard actually the person in South Africa,
Juanita.
I what's her name?
Juanita.
Juanita. Okay. When I talked to somebody in South Africa on a credit card, about there was some charge on my credit card that I didn't understand. And she was talking to me about what was going on in South Africa. And she was telling me about the vaccines over there that they don't have Moderna because it's a US, basically for the US, because it was started here by the government for the US people. But she said the Pfizer one they weren't using because they're already at the third and maybe going into the fourth strain, and the Pfizer one didn't cover it, so they stopped it. And she said they're kind of waiting for the Johnson and Johnson one because that one's supposed to cover strains 3 and 4. And AstraZeneca is really in big trouble because now Iceland, Ireland, the Netherlands, and Holland have all stopped. No, Norway rather, have all stopped the AstraZeneca one because of blood clots.
Mm.
So I'm waiting for a little more information.
And what's the other one? Italy, I think I had heard, has just gone back down on, they've gone back on lockdown because the numbers are going up in the wrong direction.
Did they get vaccinated or?
They might have flipped the switch a little too early and people were getting together too quickly. I think the vaccine is there from what I had heard. I know people whose family members, friends of mine whose family members live there, who they've been vaccinated, starting with the seniors first, they did. But they're saying it might have been too, they just congregated too quickly, on top of each other. And Gary says, yes, Italy is back in complete lockdown again. These strains, there's the Brazilian strain, the UK strain, the South African strain, are very tough, really tough stuff,
Now the UK strain, I think that one is like the third or something. Is that the third mutation? So that's the one. The reason they're having problems is because 1 and 2 were covered through Moderna and Pfizer. So those are okay, but the AstraZeneca one, I think they're going to end up pulling because
I've
they're going
never heard
to.
much about that one either. Did you? I knew about the Moderna, the Pfizer, which uh,
Right.
are supposed to be okay from what we've heard. Johnson & Johnson doesn't protect as much, but still, I guess it's better than the flu vaccine in terms of the percentage. But the AstraZeneca, are they even administering that in the United States? I don't know.
Not that I know of.
No.
But they did it. Iceland pulled it because of
Blood
the
clots?
blood clots. Norway pulled it because of blood clots. Then I read today Ireland pulled it because of blood clots. And I think Holland.
Netherlands, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're the ones. I think they're the fourth country. And so I'm I don't know. I've never taken a flu shot either. And
And
so
you're relatively been healthy. You've been lucky,
yeah,
right?
I only got the flu once, but it was kind of I learned from it. What happened was I was doing a project and it was in a restaurant. I was doing a market research project and PR thing for them. And what happened was the ventilation in restaurants is not good. And if you notice, they're saying that they have to change the ventilation for the indoor dining now. And so the ventilation was not good, and being there 8 hours and letting people use the iPad. And I didn't realize that you had to like sterilize the iPad after each person used it, and that I should have been outside more, taking more breaks because the ventilation is not good. And all you really need now, also for the ventilation, which who knew, was like that, like the black light thing that supposedly takes care of all the germs and everything.
Mhm. Yeah.
So if I ever did that or whatever, I mean, I haven't eaten inside a restaurant, but I bought one of those little lights so that if you go in, it's a little bit better. But that's really, I think, the problem is the ventilation, which is very easy to fix from what I understand. It's an easy fix. And to get those lights
Yeah.
inside. And so, and they say that those aren't very expensive either. So, I think once that takes place, I think people just aren't very careful. I mean, I went to the mall the other day just to see, and oh my gosh, I came home with a migraine and had to lie down because it was like, oh my God, these people are just, they don't know what they're doing. And, they, I think they've been cooped up for so long that once they got out, it was like they forgot all their manners, behavior. This is the way you're supposed to behave in public. And, so it was very challenging. And
Yeah.
I think people are going to have to kind of wane themselves into it because I think people really don't know how to behave after all this.
No, no, people are, I've seen, yeah, pushing and shoving and yeah, people driving excessively fast on the highways too. Isn't that unbelievable? How fast they're driving?
I thought there was something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was going to go to
They're
the doctor.
unbelievably fast. Yeah.
I
Fast,
know. I was going
faster
to
than
go to the
before
doctor,
COVID.
and say, I don't know, there's something really wrong with me because I've I think I've lost like my skills or something, whatever. But it's good to, I mean, not that it's good, but I mean, the accidents are horrible. Every day you read about another accident.
People
And
aren't
it's
paying
like,
attention. They're speeding. Yeah.
yeah, and they're all, on their phones that not even using.
Aggravated. They're
I had
aggravated and yeah,
Yeah, and they're all in a rush to go nowhere, I think,
nowhere, nowhere.
and I just love the ones who will not let you in if you need to change lanes, and then what they do is then they'll pass you up and cut you off to get into your lane. It's
Yeah,
like,
right.
"Wait, couldn't we have done this a little more civilly?"
Civilly.
So
Right.
it's gotten to the point that I used to love to drive. Now I'm happy. It's like, "Okay, we're having another pandemic. Great. I'll stay home."
I will stay home.
I'll
Right.
volunteer to stay home. But it's horrible. I mean, and I love going to places that I love, but just to go out to be out is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very challenging right now, and I think people don't know what to do or how to behave.
Yeah.
I think they need to take an online course of how to behave in public now. Rule number one, and the only thing I really loved about this is that in some respects, you have to give people space. Like if you're in the bank or the supermarket, people are always pushing and jumping on top of you. Although I must say, in the produce department, people are always on top of you anyway. So it's like, what happened to the 6 feet? Wait a minute. Or I'm just trying to get my basket out. Could you give me a little more space, a little more time? But I don't know. I think they need classes. I'll teach the class. I'll be Miss Manners.
Boy, your
Excuse me.
Blue
Would you
Monday,
mind backing up?
your Blue Monday, your protein patty, and Miss Manners.
Yes, yes, Miss Manners. I will be Miss Manners. All they have to do is go, excuse me, could you just back up a little?
Yeah, that is funny.
Yes, excuse me, but I think I was going to have this orange. But if you want the orange and it's more important for you to have it, then take it. It's
Then you might
okay.
as well take it. Just don't step on my blue suede shoes.
Exactly. And I used to have blue suede shoes.
Did you?
I did. As a matter of fact, I think I had 2 pairs. I
Mm.
had so many pairs of shoes, but now as one gets wiser. No, I
Mhm.
think I was in too many car accidents and my back had too many problems, and the
Ah.
doctor said, "I don't think you'll be wearing heels anymore."
Now, is that Dr.
So
Vinnie Boombots?
Doctor who?
Vinnie Boombots?
Yes,
Rodney
yes,
Dangerfield's doctor.
right, yes. As a matter of fact, I had to wait until Rodney came out before I could go in to see him.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, and
Speaking of
so
Rodney, you know who's coming on our show this Sunday? Rodney Allen Rippey.
you will love him. He's such a great guy. He's so much fun. He's really terrific. He did this last weekend, they're doing a show called the Hollywood Museum Squares. And so they've had a lot of celebrities, and Rodney was one of the celebrities in a square this last weekend. Elaine Ballas did a show too. She
Did
was,
she really? What did
yes,
she
I think
do?
Blue Monday should do it. She was a square.
Mm, that's
I
fantastic.
didn't see her as a square. I thought she was kind of,
Now, who
round
hosted it?
with it.
Who hosted it?
Let's see. The one Rodney was on was Bruce Valanche.
Oh, yeah.
And the one that Elaine was on was Mark Summers.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he used to be on Nickelodeon. Yes.
Yes,
Double Dare with all the goop
that's
and
it.
all that. Yes.
As a matter of fact, Jeremy Miller was one of the guests on the show, and he apparently was on Double Dare.
And he was on Growing Pains too.
Right.
Kirk,
And um
Kirk Cameron and Alan
right.
Thicke and yeah.
And Kirk Cameron's sister, who was on Full House, was on
Yes.
Double Dare with Jeremy. That's what he said.
Ah, that's is that Candace Cameron?
Yes.
Candace, right.
And she goes by her married name now, but I forget it. It begins with a B.
B.
Burr, something, I don't know.
Burrow or something or
Something like that, yeah.
yeah.
But on Saturday's show, on Rodney's show, was the middle square was Anson Williams, whom you
Oh, yeah.
know.
Who was a guest on our show? Yeah, from
Yes,
Happy Days.
and
Yeah.
Robert Hayes,
Oh, yeah.
Kate Linder, and I'm trying to think who the person next to Kate was. And then there was Rodney and Hank Garrett. Do you know Hank Garrett?
Oh, yeah, he's coming on our show soon. Yeah.
Okay, Hank Garrett, and they both, I won't be the spoiler, just somewhat of a spoiler alert though, but they both had wonderful stories. Well, of course, Hank Garrett did, and Rodney about Sammy Davis Jr.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can talk to both of them about Sammy Davis Jr.
Yes.
A little
Yes.
hint from Blue Monday.
A little hint from Blue Monday.
Right. And let's see who else was, Lee Purcell.
Who's coming on
And
our show? Yeah.
okay, and she was on it, and let's see. I'm trying to think. There were some other squares. Um who were the other squares? Isn't that awful? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, but it was fun to see Anson and
Yeah. Oh,
Rodney.
dang. And was everybody socially distant? Is that how they did it?
You're all at home.
Oh,
And then
everybody's at home.
they have a program. They wrote a program that they stick you in the squares. So it
Mhm.
looks like they're top, the middle, and the bottom.
Yeah. That sounds funny. Now, is that going to be rebroadcast or anything where people could
Well,
see it?
what
Or?
they're gonna do is they're editing the shows now.
Okay.
Judy was on the first one they did. She was a square. And what they're doing is they're going to have it for a benefit for the Hollywood Museum.
Oh, I had
And
heard
then
that.
afterwards,
Yes.
it's going to be on some streaming platform. And then what they're going to do is they're going to put it on at the Hollywood Museum. So I don't know if it's just going to be on view there, or if people are going to be able to play the game with them, or what they're going to be able to do. But it was really a lot of fun. I wish they would do more game shows. I think that would be fun.
Be nice to have you back, right?
I love game shows. When when Elaine was younger, she used to do tons of game show run throughs. She was like the queen of game show run throughs. And that was before the union allowed anybody to do the actual shows, so the best you could do was the run throughs. So I got to be on all the run throughs. I did so many for Dick Clark and Bob Stewart. And I even did one for that Catch 21 that Scott Sternberg did, and the host was oh, I just forgot his name. The one who was on the Will Smith show in Beverly Hills.
Oh yes. He hosts bloopers, right? The blooper show on
Oh,
Sundays.
does he? Oh, is he doing that one? Yeah, I think he is. And he was on Dancing with the Stars and he won.
Yes.
Yeah. And so anyway, I got to do several run throughs for that show
All
when,
right.
so that was fun. And I'm really competitive.
He also hosts a game show on the Game Show Network. Wasn't it Alfonso Ribeiro?
That's it. That's
Yes.
it. You win.
Yes. Yes. He's
X
worked on
marks the
Broadway
spot.
and Alfonso Ribeiro. Yes, he was
Yeah,
on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
that's it. Fresh
And
Prince.
yeah, and wasn't he also on was he on Silver Spoons with Ricky Schroeder? Was he on that first?
Oh, I don't know, but I think Kirk Cameron was on that, wasn't he?
I know Kirk was on Growing Pains.
Yeah, but didn't he start off on Silver Spoons?
I don't recall. I remember Ricky Schroeder, of course, who's from Staten Island, New York, originally.
Okay, and who was the guy who played his father, right?
I can see him, right? A very popular guy, right? Right.
And Aaron Gray was on that show too.
Mm.
Well, it was so funny because the guy who played his father, I ran into him one time at well, Elaine did. She ran into him at CBS. And I said to him, because that's when Special Olympics was really popular and they were doing a lot of different programs and everything. And so people would just grab people and say, "Come on, you've got to come to Special Olympics, and be with the athletes, and you'll be a celebrity and you'll give them awards and stuff." And so anyway, I ran into him at CBS and I said to him, I said, "Listen, you've got to come to Special Olympics because Silver Spoons was just really popular at the time." And I said, "The kids will love you. The athletes will just love you." And he looked at me and he didn't know could you imagine he didn't know who Elaine was? I mean, it was like, huh? And so anyway, I said, "Okay, well, here, either give me your number, I'll give you mine or whatever, and we'll work it out." And so anyway, he didn't believe me. Sure enough, he found out that it was legitimate. I wasn't just trying to pick him up or something, another craze fan or something. And so I don't remember whose number, but anyway, I also gave the number to the people in charge of the Special Olympics to send him a formal invitation. And so anyway, I saw him at Special Olympics. And I went, "Hi." And he goes, "Oh my God." I go, "I know. You probably thought I was just a stalking fan that ran into you at CBS." But he goes, "No," he goes, "I knew you were real when you started really talking about Special Olympics." So I said, "Okay, this has to be real." And so it was so funny. And so he came and he loved it. So he had a
Yeah.
really good time. And all the athletes just loved him because, that show was so popular at the time.
Oh yeah.
And so it was like so good to have somebody that was so relevant. It's like, "Come on, you've got to come to this." It's great. So I know it's like that's what I mean about when you do things. It's like a lot of people don't, they go, "Oh, well, I don't want," or whatever. But I like go for the biggest people. It's like, "Come on, you got to do it. They'll love you. So I used to bring so many people when it was at UCLA. I used to bring so many people to UCLA to, oh, this side's going weird. No, this side, this side. There we go. And um, so I used to bring so many people all the time to Special Olympics because I thought it was so great. The athletes, Special Olympians, were amazing people. And then I think they kind of ruined the whole thrust of it because it got to be, I don't know, it got like everything else, it became very political but all the athletes just loved having celebrities there. And if the celebrities cared about them, they knew it. They were just right. They could sense it. And so we used to have so much fun when it was at UCLA for the state games. And then they broke up the state into Northern and Southern California. And then they moved out of UCLA down to Long Beach. And now I don't know what they're doing, but none of us are doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And Bob Bergen used to do it. I don't know if Bob Bergen's ever been a guest on your show or not.
No,
He
not yet.
does, oh, he does the voices of Tweety Bird and Porky Pig.
Oh my God, we got to have him on.
Yeah, I've known Bob forever.
Tell him,
And
tell him, come on the show. Come on
well,
down.
he was on the game with Rodney, and so was Judy Norton from the Waltons.
Oh yes, yes.
And did I get everybody now?
We have Sissy Wellman coming on Saturday from the Waltons. And of course,
Oh,
she was on My Three Sons and 40 Films and coming on Saturday night. Yeah.
well, on My Three Sons, I'm really good friends with
Stan?
Stanley Livingston, who's
He was on.
great. I love Stanley. He's so fun.
Yeah, he was terrific. Yeah, we had a great time with him. We've had a great time with you too. Do you know that we've been on for an hour and a half?
Oh my goodness.
I tell you, Blue Monday, you saved the day. We really appreciate this.
Blue Monday.
You are the best. You and Blue Jr. making an appearance as well. And
Yes, he only makes appearances. He doesn't stay too long.
doesn't do any tap dancing or anything, just makes the appearance and then sails off.
Right. He's ready to go to the next planet, I think, to get more food. I think he wants the other protein patty.
Well, Blue Monday, you're absolutely amazing. And of course, for everybody watching, who Blue Monday is our dear friend, the extraordinary actress and performer and entertainer extraordinaire, Elaine Ballas. Thank you, Elaine. Ta-da!
Now, we finally got it. Now that the show's over.
Now that if you have it sideways, they'll recognize you. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
There.
How's this? Well, you know what? The best part is this wig apparently is very similar to the style wigs that I wore, and I did wear 3 of them in Love Without Hairs. So watch it on Amazon Prime. Absolutely. And that way they can see all the same styles with different wigs having the same problems. They did. Really, seriously. I had 3 wigs, and then on that show I had a blonde one, a dark one, and a pink one. And you know what? If they watch the movie, I want them to write into you or whatever and say which wig they like the best. And it's on Amazon Prime. Love Without Hairs.
Love Without Hairs. I love that name.
And the wigs are just like this. This is one of the reasons. I tried to convince them to do a blue wig, but they said no, they wanted pink.
What shade is that? Because there's multi-colors depending on the lighting to that.
I think it's actually all one shade, but it's lighting.
It's the lighting, really.
A great lighting director.
Yes.
A great lighting director.
Are they
That's
from?
about COVID.
Is your lighting director from the Blue Man Group?
He is. He is the Blue Man. He is the Blue Man.
Not the Blue Gin from I Dream of Jeannie.
No, he is the Blue Man. And so the same as I love raspberry ices. So they're like my favorite.
Yeah.
And they're the shade of blue too. But I think it's because it's my birthstone, sort of.
Is it?
Aquamarine.
Aquamarine.
Yeah, so this
Beautiful.
is kind of like an aquamarine-ish.
Well, it was
turquoise, whatever.
Well, you were pure gold to us tonight on the Jim Master Show Live.
I always have fun. I'll be here every day.
Yes, right?
Just in case.
You
with
you
wigs.
you were on the crisis hotline trying to help Judy, and we again, for
I
those tuning in looking
was.
for Judy Tenuta, she will be with us as soon as things get figured out. There's a little bit of an audio technical thing on her end that got in the way, but she wishes she could be here. She's all excited to come on the show. She will be here, and
And I was here because she was supposed to be on. Judy
you
at least could have done different voices. I can only do the same voice. I can talk a little bit with a southern accent, but that's about it. That's
absolutely.
all I can do is
Well,
I can
thank
be
you.
southern. I can be southern. People ask me, "Where are you from?" And they go, "Are you from the South?" And I
Yeah.
go, "I am Southern California."
SoCal.
Exactly. I'm a Cali girl all the way. You know,
Yes.
the sun goes
Even though
down.
they think you're from New York.
I have the energy of the New York, and I have the weather of California. And I can do a Southern accent, but that's it.
And you
That's
have the blue
only it.
hair of the Arctic Circle.
That's it. And it's like kind of Venus. It's kind of lovely. It's
It's
lovety.
it's
It's
lovety.
lovety.
And you are definitely a lovety to all of us here on our show, my friend. Thank you, Elaine, for joining us, spending this amount of time with us, freestyling, ad hoc, nothing planned. We just
And
decided
I
to
want all the people in the United States to contact the FCC and stop the spam.
stop
That's going
the
to be, yeah,
spam.
stop the spam.
And stop the spam and subscribe to the Jib Masters TV channel on YouTube, right?
Absolutely. And they can subscribe to Campy Lane or Elaine Ballas. I have two. As a matter of fact, they could see the blue wig on the Elaine Ballas one.
All right, gang. Thank you very much to Blue Junior and to you, Blue
And
Monday.
to you. Mwah! Thank you. I had so much fun.
So
We
did
have
I.
to do this again sometime.
And George says good night as
Bye,
well.
George.
This
Bye, George.
this was a pleasure. Maureen says, ha 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 ha. Loved it. Blue Monday and Elaine combined hoot and a half. Yeah, she and I just put this together really quickly. She had chimed in and I said, hey, you want to pop on? She says, oh, well, I've got to, do a few things with the hair and everything. And so she got the wig, she got everything together, and here she is. And we threw this together. This was thrown together in like 30 seconds or less tonight.
Literally.
To get this going. That means we are professionals, you and I, aren't we?
We are.
And throw anything at us, and here we go.
I'll share one quick story with that on our way out. That happened to me. I was doing a benefit. I was at a benefit, and they said, we need someone to model. And I said, and I was in shorts and Reeboks. Okay. So you get the picture.
Yes.
And I went, I don't think you want me modeling in this. And they go, no, don't worry. So they threw this dress at me, and I had seen this dress and tried this dress on before. It was actually worn by Joan Collins, and it was a Skazi original. And I go, well, it's not going to work with these shoes. This woman goes, here are my heels. Only there were 4-inch heels, and I couldn't wear. I thought I was going to need, like a walker or something to go out there. And I went out there. Literally, that's how they did it. They threw the dress on me, threw the shoes at me, and said, go out. We need someone to wear this. You look like around the right size. Yeah. And I did. And the man who purchased it ended up, he was doing a rock and country show called the High Desert Music Festival. And he invited me to be a host on the show. So good things happen at the spur of the moment.
Absolutely. Like Maureen says, sometimes unplanned events are the best.
And this was so much fun.
Oh, absolutely. On
You're
our
great.
end.
I love you.
Love you back, my friend. Love you back. Thanks for all the lovity and for coming in and starting our week off beautifully as Blue Monday. We will never forget Blue Monday.
They will never forget this. And the only reason it started late was because of the confusion of daylight savings time. Some people had daylight savings, some didn't. Yeah. So, you get a pass on this one.
That's it. Yeah. Passes
the timing
for all.
was a pass.
That's right. Passes for all. All
Right.
right, my friend. Love you, and you take care. And thanks for popping on. Everybody loved it. We loved it. And you are definitely a lovity. And we will see you again real soon, okay?
Okay. Have fun with
And
Rodney.
and yes, we will have fun with Rodney, and let Judy know. We'll be looking forward to her as well. And you're a blessing.
Oh, thank you. See you guys later.
You're gonna
Bye
fly.
bye.
You're gonna fly off on a magic
Yes.
carpet, or do you
My
disappear?
magic
Or
carpet.
there she goes. There's the chair everybody loves. Good
There
night,
it is.
Elaine. Good night, my friend.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Wait, I have to figure this out. Here we go.
This is the fun
Okay,
part.
we're gone. We're out of here. Bye bye.
Bye. That's bye-bye. I tell you, Maureen, you're so right. Sometimes unplanned events are the very best. That was a hoot and a half. Totally unplanned. As I mentioned, if you came in a little late, Judy Tenuta was our scheduled guest, but there was some technical issues with audio on her end. So basically, I could hear her, but she couldn't hear us. So there was some adjustment that they're trying to figure out on her end why she couldn't hear the sound coming from us. Everything good on this end here. All the bells and whistles operating as planned, but something blocked her being able to hear. So as opposed to just having her speak and not hear, we decided we'll reschedule Judy. So stay tuned for that. We will have Judy Tenuta back. Good things come to those who wait. And Elaine and I happened to be on the phone at the same time. And I said, hey, Elaine, do you want to pop on? So Judy sent Elaine the materials that she needed to be able to get on tonight's show. And then Elaine popped on and she grabbed the blue wig and she came on as Blue Monday from a secret location in California. And we threw all of this together just for you guys. We didn't want to pause anything or not have a show because I know you look forward to the show. I look forward to the show. And we wanted to have some fun and levity tonight. We sure did, didn't we? That was a hoot and a half. And I can't believe we talked for an hour and 45 minutes in that ad lib way. Nothing scripted, nothing planned. She was not the guest tonight. Elaine was actually she's a wonderful actress and comedic talent and entertainer. And she was on our show a couple of weeks ago as herself, Elaine Ballas. We had a wonderful time. So it just, I tell you, it just was a turn of events that turned out fantastic. So with that said, this is your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, we had a wonderful night tonight. Thanks for being here, everybody. And if you're watching this, in the archives later, we welcome you to the Jim Masters Show Live. We've got great guests coming up throughout the week. A special St. Patrick's Day live episode on Wednesday as well. Yes, and my Zen place, of course, is doing the work I do in television and radio and stage and multimedia, on camera and on air and behind the scenes as well. Of course, the ocean is another Zen place for me. Swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, sailing it. I love the ocean, living along the coast here in the Northeast. Of course, the most important Zen place is time with loving family and friends, as always. Don't forget to smile, gang, and don't forget to share the levity. That's very important to do that all around the world whenever you can. And of course, as we always say, even when events turn upside down sometimes, don't forget to relax, to love one another, and to breathe from the diaphragm. And don't forget to love yourself as well, not in an egotistical, narcissistic way, but in a way that reminds you that you are of great value and you're important. You're important to all of us here, to me and the gang here at the Jim Masters Show Live. We appreciate you very much. So relax. And again, every show is something different. I say it all the time. You never know what happens on the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. And I've been in situations where we've had to throw things together live on television, live on radio, live on stage. So that's what we did tonight. And I think it turned out beautifully. Maureen goes, good times tonight. Thank you, Jim, and everyone behind the scenes. Lovely group hug. There you go. Lovely group hug. Maureen in Arizona, you have a good night. Mona is here. Good night, Jim and Lovelies. Hugs to all of you. To you as well. Thank you, Mona. And Kathleen says, thanks, Jim. Have a good night. Great night. Good night, all. Lovely hugs. Stay safe. You as well. Gary says, good night, Jim, and all the Lovelies. And good night, everyone. And our show on Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day, is going to start at 8 o'clock as opposed to 7, our regular time. Our St. Patrick's Day show on Wednesday is going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So special time live on St. Patrick's Day. And that was great. Thank you, Jim, for keeping us entertained. Good night, everyone. You too, Juanita. Always a pleasure when you are here, and always a pleasure when you are chiming in from lovely South Africa. We're going to say goodnight for everybody here. You guys are truly a blessing. Love having you here, part of the Jim Master Show Live. You be well. You take care. And again, it's really amazing when we're all together. You never know what happens on the Jim Master Show Live. And the main thing is we have it happen together. And that's what I love. Good stuff. Good stuff. Jim tonight was just the right combination of levity, light, and levity. Thanks to Elaine. Blue Monday. 2 days till St. Patrick's Day. See you all tomorrow. Spread the levity. Thank you very much. All right, gang. We love you all. You take care. You be well. And thanks for watching this freestyle episode of the Jim Master Show Live. Have a good night.